During the final excavations on Oak Island, a frightening discovery was made. Once again, a remarkable discovery has been made, and this time it provides conclusive evidence that the Oak Island conceals wealth. During their concluding excavation of the C1 cluster on Oak Island, the Oak Island made an unsettling discovery. The team has been keeping a close watch on the progress in the hopes that any significant developments will bring them closer to the treasure chamber or offset vault they have been searching for so long. B4 sea shaft is nearly at its utmost depth of approximately 90 feet. This location is located just 5 feet to the north of Borehole C. They discovered what may be the remains of 15th century wooden structures. Significant traces of silver and gold were also discovered, leading to speculation about the original location of the money pit and the possibility of a conduit leading to a treasure chamber. Well, this frightening discovery at Oak Island during the final excavation appears to be more exciting than previously believed. How did humans in the 15th century use wood to construct such complex tunnel networks? I do not understand the purpose of this. The discovery of a tunnel at a depth of 90 feet is viewed as a significant indicator that they are closing in on the original location of the money pit. Each excavation increases the likelihood that precious objects will be discovered in the subsequent grab or scoop. Since the gold was discovered in the water, they believe it may have been transported to the money pit. The group unearths a few random timber planks, but the most significant discovery is a massive iron fastener. The craftsmanship's primordial nature suggests that it is at least a century old. The fact that it occurred prior to the discovery of the money grave leads them to the conclusion that there may be artifacts from that time period somewhere. One of the items is a hand-forged spike, which immediately becomes the subject of fascination. Given the significance of each prospective lead, the organization intends to investigate the influx. It appears crude, but it contains hand-forged raw iron and shows signs of age, making it a significant artifact that may cast light on Oak Island's history. At a depth of about 130 feet in the B4C shaft, the crew encounters difficulty after hitting granite. Due to time constraints, further excavation in the money pit area cannot occur this year, but information gathered from the 5 massive steel tunnels dug in the preceding months lends credence to the theory that the treasure sought after for more than 2 centuries is still buried somewhere beneath Oak Island. The team is aware of the difficulty posed by the funding gap, as well as the significance of technological innovation and the effective application of existing technologies in order to continue their investigation. We may soon learn more about the spike's history and significance thanks to Carmen's knowledge and careful examination of it. The iron spike discovered in B4C shaft led Carmen Legg to conclude that it belonged to a Middle Ages rock drill. The crew had discovered a few swages 2 years prior, and he concluded that they may have been used to sharpen rock drills. He connected the two by asserting that the swages were found in the same location. It is believed that the rock drill, which is utilized for both drilling rocks and splitting apart enormous boulders, has been in use for quite some time. The preservation of knowledge. Some researchers have speculated that Bacon used Oak Island as a place to hide his manuscripts, protecting them from prying eyes. The idea that Shakespeare's manuscripts could be hidden on Oak Island is both thrilling and mysterious. The thought that these manuscripts could hold the key to understanding the true authorship of some of the world's greatest literary works is a tantalizing prospect. However, there is still no hard evidence to definitively prove that the lost manuscripts of Shakespeare or Bacon are buried on Oak Island. The ongoing search for treasure on the island has kept the possibility alive, with each new discovery adding another layer to the mystery. For those who believe in the theory, the search for lost manuscripts is not just about finding treasure, but about uncovering a piece of history that could rewrite our understanding of one of the most famous authors in the world. The idea of Shakespeare's manuscripts being buried on Oak Island also speaks to a larger theme of preservation and secrecy. The mystery of Oak Island, if it truly holds these manuscripts, could be more than just a search for treasure. It could be a search for lost knowledge that has the potential to change our understanding of the past. The Viking connection to Oak Island is primarily rooted in the idea that the Vikings, known for their extensive exploration of North America centuries before Christopher Columbus, may have used the island as a stop or secret location for hiding treasures or leaving clues. The discovery of various artifacts on the island that some experts believe can be traced to Viking origins has spurred a deeper look into the possibility that the Vikings had a hand in the construction of the island's strange structures and the hiding of objects below its surface. The Viking connection to Oak Island is supported by the discovery of artifacts that resemble Viking methods, such as a medieval crossbow bolt found on the island in the 19th century. Other metal and wooden artifacts have been scientifically traced back to Scandinavia, indicating that Vikings were active in the area long before European explorers reached the New World. The Vikings may have had knowledge of the island and its surroundings well before European explorers formally charted the area. Historical accounts and archaeological evidence show that Vikings were excellent navigators and seafarers, capable of crossing vast expanses of ocean in their longships. Some researchers believe that the Vikings could have traveled farther down the North American coast, possibly to Oak Island, where they could have hidden treasures or left markings to signal their presence to future explorers. Another key element in the Viking connection to Oak Island is the possibility that the Vikings may have passed down knowledge of the island's significance to later explorers, including the Templars. Researcher Dr. Doug Siemens has proposed that the Vikings and the Templars may have collaborated, with the Vikings serving as navigators who helped the Templars cross the Atlantic. This theory suggests that the Vikings were instrumental in helping the Templars reach the New World, including the possibility that Oak Island was a destination for their sacred relics. While the evidence linking the Vikings to Oak Island is not conclusive, it is compelling. The presence of Viking artifacts, symbols, and structures on the island provides a tantalizing glimpse into the possibility that the Vikings played a significant role in the island's mystery. As more evidence continues to surface, the link between Viking exploration and the treasures hidden on the island will likely remain a subject of intense interest and investigation for years to come. The alien artifact theory is a fascinating concept that connects to the concept of infinite space. The universe contains billions of galaxies, each with its own collection of stars, planets, and potential life forms. If extraterrestrial civilizations exist, they could possess technologies far beyond anything we can imagine. Artifacts found on Oak Island, particularly those that defy conventional explanation, could be seen as a key to unlocking that knowledge. The connection between Oak Island and infinity space also ties into the ongoing search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Scientists have been scanning the skies for signals or signs of alien life, hoping to make contact with civilizations beyond our own. Some speculate that Oak Island could be a focal point of such an endeavor, with hidden messages or artifacts from otherworldly beings placed there as a way of communicating with future generations of Earthlings. These artifacts, if they exist, could serve as a bridge between humanity and the infinite cosmos, offering insights into the possibilities of life beyond our planet. The theory of alien artifacts on Oak Island fits within the broader context of unexplained phenomena that have been reported throughout history. Many cultures have stories of gods, or star beings, who visited Earth in the distant past, bringing knowledge and technology. Oak Island, with its long history of mysterious discoveries, is a natural location for such theories to take root. The discovery of a gold-plated button, possibly a cuff button, deep within the Oak Island money pit, has sent ripples of excitement through the search team. While it is not the massive treasure they had hoped for, the find could be a pivotal clue in solving the island's long-standing mystery. The button was unearthed in a deep and unexplored part of the money pit, a location that had long been untouched. The gold-plated button's presence raises more questions than answers, as it suggests that the island's mysterious past is linked to the military in some way. The team is now starting to piece together the clues and is zeroing in on something significant that could date back to the mid-70s. Served as a secure haven for pirates operating along the entire east coast of North America and in the Caribbean. This notion has existed since the beginning of island exploration. They pondered whether this was the location where a pirate commander had hidden his loot. As they proceeded deeper into the tunnel, however, water began to fill it. This was owing to the peculiar location of the island they were working on, which was above a glacial mound. Despite the fact that no treasure was ever discovered on Oak Island, the legend surrounding the purported location of the loot has been so captivating for the past 225 years that visitors have been making the voyage there. Over time, others began searching for wealth all over the island, not just in the money pit dug by McGinnis and his companions. However, what is the treasure casket intended to contain? As a young man, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who would later become the 32nd President of the United States, became intrigued by the topic after his father, who had business interests in Nova Scotia, provided details about the rumored wealth. This was the result of FDR's father's involvement in the province. The onset of the Second World War in Europe prevented him from traveling to Oak Island in 1939, despite his efforts to keep apprised of the most recent information about the island throughout the remainder of his life. In a similar vein, two prominent actors from the middle of the 20th century, Errol Flynn and John Wayne, funded expeditions to search for the Oak Island treasure. Despite their lack of success, they continue to unearth evidence that fascinates and confounds people in equal measure. Be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications for more timely updates on fascinating new discoveries. Numerous individuals have a variety of plausible and implausible hypotheses regarding the contents of the Oak Island treasure. The most prevalent and plausible explanation is that it is the plundered fortune of a notorious pirate who operated between 1660 and 1730, which is generally accepted to have been the golden age of piracy. Famous pirates and buccaneers frequented the rivers along the east coast of North America, from Canada to the Caribbean during this time period. Edward Teach, also known as the infamous pirate Blackbeard, was one of these individuals. Due to the high level of piracy that existed during this time, the governments of Spain, England, France, and other countries with a financial stake in the security of their commerce in this region were unable to prevent pirate attacks on colonial ships returning to Europe. Beginning with the Treaty of Utrecht, which ended the War of the Spanish Succession in 1713 and was signed by the main European powers, coordinated attacks on pirate ships put an end to the golden age of piracy in the Western Atlantic. The Treaty of Utrecht terminated the War of the Spanish Succession officially. The history of the money pit on Oak Island is shrouded in mystique. According to geology, the money pit was not an underground vault constructed by humans to hold wealth. The bedrock of the island is readily eroded due to its proximity to the ocean and groundwater. Sinkholes can result from the collapse of a network of faults and underground caverns beneath the surface. Despite this, the island's allure has attracted treasure hunters. The stories have provoked and fueled speculation regarding the crater's origins. In space, researchers have discovered a new force. Click the following video to learn what it is.